Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're exploring some really profound wisdom, specifically a Shabad from Guru Nanak Dev Ji. It's from Raag Maaroo, Pang 127 in the Guru Granth Sahib.
Yes, and our focus, our mission for this deep dive, if you will, is to trace what the Shabad reveals about the journey of the realized soul. It's quite a narrative.
It really is. And the very first line, it just grabs you, doesn't it? Having obtained the 4 spiritual treasures, he came into the world. Now, normally you'd think that's the goal, something you work towards.
Exactly. But what's really striking here is that it's presented not as an aim, but as a starting point, a description.
A description.
Yes, of a soul already possessing these treasures. We're talking about, Dharma, righteousness, earth, prosperity, calm, fulfillment, and mukh, liberation. This soul starts from a place of spiritual mastery.
Okay, that really changes the perspective. So before we get into the journey of that soul, the Shabad sets a scene, right? The early stanzas describe creation.
That's right, stanzas 1 to 5. They paint this picture of the primordial state. Everything governed by hukam, the divine command. The divine is there always, but hidden from the blind mind, as the text says.
So this cosmic order exists, but our perception, it's limited.
Precisely. And that backdrop is crucial for understanding what comes next.
Which brings us, I think, to the really fascinating part, maybe the paradox. Stanza 6 feels like a major turn. It talks about this realized soul, again, got the 4 treasures, living in union, Shiv and Shakti.
But then comes the warning.
A really stark one.
It is. Guruji says, even for this accomplished soul, wow.
If you forget the one name, the divine identity, you lose the battle. Spiritual defeat.
Wow. So even at that level, there's vulnerability.
That's the core insight here. It's quite unexpected, isn't it? It tells us mastery isn't some fixed state you reach and you're done.
It's more like constant connection. Exactly. It shifts everything from achieving something to constantly remembering something. Vigilance against forgetting none is paramount, even at the peak.
That is incredibly humbling. And it makes you think, well, if that soul is vulnerable, what about us navigating daily life? What are the big traps the Shabad points out? I noticed stanzas 7 to 9 really hit hard on worldly grief, attachment, that mine thinking.
Yes, the pulamaya, illusion. It can cloud even spiritual understanding.
And why does that happen? Is there an explanation?
Well, stanzas 10 to 12 offer one. It's the blindness of ego, homai.
Mm-hmm.
It stops us from truly seeing ourselves in reality. It's described as an iron gate of ignorance.
An iron gate. So how do you open it?
Well, the Shabad is clear.
No.
Not through your own struggling effort alone. It says the key is the Sadguru's wisdom, the Shabad in constant remembrance, the name. That guidance is essential.
So it's not about just rituals or running away from the world. Stanzas 13 to 15 seem to push back against that.
Definitely. The true path presented is about truthful living, guided by the Guru's Shabad. That's what earns you honor, in the divine court, metaphorically speaking, not just empty practices.
And how does it all culminate? What's the final outcome described?
Stanza 16 brings it together beautifully. Through the Guru's grace, you finally understand hukam, the divine order. You see the timeless truth. And chanting Nam, it does more than save you.
More.
Yes, it empowers you to become a means of liberation for others. A savior, in the Shabad's terms. It becomes this expansive, outward radiating transformation.
So this deep dive really crystallizes it. Nam is the real treasure, the only true wealth, and the Guru, the Shabad, is the indispensable guide. And that final point about saving others, it really elevates the purpose beyond just personal salvation.
It absolutely does. It suggests true realization has a ripple effect. Which leads to maybe a final thought for you. listening.
Yep.
If even a soul described as having already achieved the highest spiritual treasures already realized remains vulnerable to forgetting the name, what does that incredibly profound lesson tell you about the vital importance of consistent remembrance, of anchoring yourself in truth right now in your own spiritual journey?